Xizzle TV. So once again, we are speaking with Kirk Gimenez, the founder of Xizzle TV, for those of you that are listening and not watching. And what I want to talk about now is the creation and development of Xizzle. We know about your platform, but let's get into the details. You offer services on your platform that far exceed what other companies are doing. You are taking not just a TV platform, but you're talking about a marketing platform, and you have established relationships where, I'm going to say this politely, you can put your content out there, but if there is no distribution, there is nobody that is watching.
Correct.
You have created a fantastic model. So if we can pick up and have you explain a little bit about your platform and what you offer with that platform, that would be fantastic.
Certainly. So, yeah, former ESPN anchor, network anchor, nearly 30 years on television. And I realized the television business model was broken because a lot of companies, a lot of businesses, local business, etc., they'll pay $12 to $15,000 to get a 2-minute segment on their local half-hour show that airs over the broadcast. I'm here to tell you, those over the broadcast regular local TV stations are getting 0.1 ratings. Nobody's watching these live shows, right? And they're in just one within, say, New York, one market. I'm here in Miami, one market. It only airs in Miami, right? And then you only have a 2-minute segment where the anchor, there's no video production value added, minimal production at all. They just pop you on camera, give you an interview. Then at the end of the interview, oh, by the way, what's your offer and your website? No one's watching, A. And if they are watching, they're bored to tears, and they're not going to stay to the end of the interview within a half-hour show in your little 2-minute segment to hear your website. So I flipped the script. I want to produce your own episode. So you're not going to be a part. There's no Xizzle TV show. There's no Kirk Gimenez show. You get your own standalone episode, correct? That I provide an incredible headline, thumbnail, a Xizzle reel. That's why it's called Xizzle TV. I misspelled it because it was easier to trademark. But you get a Xizzle reel intro, video, your imaging, your branding, your logo, your slogan. I write it, I voice it, I deliver it. Within 15 to 20 seconds, you'd be amazed what I can do. I can tell you who, what, where, when, and why, what the offer is, where to buy it, website, the whole kit and caboodle. So as a network anchor, I basically produce a mini show, mini commercial that intros what you and I are doing, an interview. I could interview you via virtually, or I can invite you to one of our studios here in Miami. We have two. And then I intro the interview. Now in the interview, as the owner, the CEO, the author, whatever you have, we talk about that. We talk about your background, how you built the company. You don't have to worry about selling the company. The marketing and messaging was done at the beginning of the episode, right? And then the rest of it is just telling the story of your business and you, because people want to connect to you. So then where does that go, right? Xizzle TV is on Amazon Fire, Samsung, LG, and Binge Networks, correct? And Roku, right? We're free on all of those. You can watch it free on all of those. And I realize I'm a startup network. I'm not a household name yet. I'm going to be the Netflix of marketing and branding for Latinos. Don't bet on that. But I'm not one yet. So I realized that I gotta create that content. Again, there's no Xizzle TV show, no Kirk Gimenez show. So I can push that out to other brands, right? And other smart TV apps like the Grio, which is for Blacks, Viva Live TV, Hispanics, Hero Go, Geeks. I can say geek because I'm a geek. I'm a huge comic book geek. Local Now, which is more newsy, Binge Networks, and a couple of other ones that my distribution company is always pushing and growing to other distributions. So what does that mean? These are other apps that already have built-in niche audiences, right? Your show will be distributed to those, right? It's not like it's an Instagram or a YouTube where someone has to search for that. It's going to populate in their app. They're sitting on their couch watching this at home already. So it's going to populate to that. And then it also gets pushed out to 300 websites, like a modern day video version of the old school Associated Press push, where it's an alert that this news story is out. Well, this is a video story, and it gets pushed out to 300 websites. And they, depending on the thumbnail and the headline, which is always intentional, black and brown, you're branded. You are branded the authority. You're branded as the black and brown, Latino, Asian, whatever authority on whatever your mission is. And then that gets distributed across 300 websites. And I don't guarantee that the 300 websites are going to pick it up. But for instance, I interviewed one Latina, and her episode trended on MSN.com for 24 hours. My Xizzle TV episode trending on MSN.com, because it's just content. When you realize what we're producing, no matter how big of a network anchor you are, right? CNN, NBC, Nightly News, whatever, you're creating content, man. I learned that my very first TV station. I was working hard news, and I got this great story, and they squashed it. It was an expose about how one Hispanic employee, was being discriminated against at a car dealership. And I had the smoking gun, I had the recording. I'm like, wow, this is wrong. Look what they did to this person. They're like, yeah, we can't do that, because that auto dealership is a sponsor of the station and buys commercial time on the station. And that's when I realized all I was doing was filling the gap between commercials. No matter how great you are, all you are is creating content. So I decided, let me just make the best content possible, fun Disney content. So your brand, your marketing is going to be alongside episodes like Disney, Universal, Grant Cardone. It's not just a business or a marketing platform. It's an entertainment platform. And I want to tell the story of your company. So you're not just selling, you're telling your story, right? If you sell, that's great, but at least you're telling your story, and it's out there in a professional way. And then I provide a lot of value, because that sizzle reel, you get the hard files, right? You're going to get the whole episode that includes the sizzle reel and the interview with me, yours truly. And then you'll get the sizzle reel as well on a separate file that you can do with whatever you want. Upload it to social media every 10 to 12 posts, splatter it everywhere every 10 to 12 posts, embed it into your website as featured on Xizzle TV, whatever you'd like, however you want to do that. And then, so it's not just one type of marketing and branding, it's a whole umbrella, and you get it at a much cheaper rate than, say, that $12,000 that most businesses pay to be a 2-minute segment on a half-hour live over-the-air show that nobody watches, and then doesn't get repurposed, and you don't have the file, and you can't repurpose it. You have to record it somewhere else, and it's a whole nightmare. So my mission has always been to provide value and elevate people, but with the key to provide value, using my skill set, using my sphere of influence. And that's what it's about, right? Helping others. If you don't have a mission, if you're an entrepreneur out there and you don't have a mission, you better get one real quick. And everyone I partner up with, including Brickell Capital Finance, that provides accessible, recurring, and unsecured business lines of credit, is all about that. They all have a mission. They're all here to make funding accessible. I partner with Tenua Trade Line. They make business trade lines really accessible to Black and brown folks. I know, Rhonda, you're working with them as well. And that's what it's about, right? We've
why don't we
entered a
do
new
this?
era. It's a new era.
I want to explore a little bit more about Tenua and Brickell with you. So let's just pause for a quick second, because we do need to go to a quick commercial break.